going to make some really super duper easy pan pizzas today. There are a couple of options, first of all, with how you make the base. I'll come out and admit, I basically plagiarised this recipe off Jamie Oliver. He did one very similar. I'm not doing it exactly as he did. He did a very similar one in his Keep Cooking and Carry On series. Now, I'm doing the base a little bit different in that I'm using 2-ingredient dough for this. So I'm doing it with yogurt, Greek yogurt and self-raising flour. Reason I'm using the yogurt version is because I've got some yogurt that I made that is just on the verge of turning. You know, it gets that smell where you think, gonna have to use this within a day. So that's why I'm doing this tonight. The way he actually did it was with just self-raising flour and water and a pinch of salt. So that is even cheaper. But as I say, I've got the yogurt to use up. I will put all the details down below of his video. If he's got a link to it or something, I'll find it and I'll link it down below. Fair's fair. I'm sure Jamie is not going to be too threatened by me doing this. If I'm a threat to Jamie Oliver, I'll be pretty stoked, to be honest. I do 2 of these pizzas because we're a hungry tribe. We go through 2 of them. So I do 2 cups of Greek yogurt.
Self-raising flour.
Yes, about 3 cups of self-raising flour. You might need a little bit more or less, just depending on how the dough feels. I don't know why I have 2 of these packets open, I just do. Let's go with it.
We've got sloppy and wet
Yes, then you can poke it.
and punch it.
You can put a big handprint in the middle of it.
A 2 handprints. What is?
You're going to put a handprint right in the middle of it. Go on. Got my pans that I'm cooking in, using this one and another deeper one as well. Now make sure that when you use the pans, you use ones that can go in the oven, because part of this will be getting cooked on the stove top and the last 10 minutes in the oven. Pop of oil in each pan. Of course, this is a pizza. You put on it whatever you want to put on it, you know. I'm not, if you don't put on it exactly what I do, I'm not going to come over and tell you off, you know. It seems like a lot of hassle on my part. So, just showing you what I do. It is very much, as I say, it is very much inspired by what Jamie Oliver did, but not exactly the same. He used proper sausages. I have done it using proper sausages and it was beautiful. But all I have on hand today is some cheap pre-cooked ones, so I'm going to use that. So I've got quite a decent onion in here, so I'm going to put half an onion into each one. Or if you've got a couple of small or medium sized onions, you know, just put a whole onion. Just got some good old Keller's pre-cooked sausages that Aston can chop up for me. So, chuck these in the pan. Aston, you chop up those other 2. Doing a good job there. The amount of herbs or whatever you put in, again, personal preference. I just put some mixed herbs in there, but I just put about sort of just a levelled off dessert spoon into each one. Yeah, you pop that one in, and I'll pop it in the other one. Just pop it in there and just give it a really good stir around. That's you, you're the stirrer around, Dora. Now we're going to tip these out onto a chopping board and we're going to start cooking the dough in the same pan. There's still a few bits of herbs and stuff still in there, but that's all fine. It'll all help to flavour the base. So that's just cooled down a little bit, but the pan's still warm. So I've divided that base into 2 parts. I'm going to put this in the pan.
Ow.
And we are spread it out with our fingers. Now, this is very, very rustic looking, but that is what it's all about. I'll do that. We'll get one of our loads of toppings that we cooked before, spread that all over, and then you got some more options, and I'll just get my other one on there as well. I'm going to go in there with a few leafies. I like to get just a sort of handful of greeny stuff. I'm going to chop that up. A bit of we call this token greenery. And I'm going to go in with my good old canned tomatoes and juice. Now with the canned tomatoes and juice on 2 pizzas, I'm only going to use maybe half a can. You don't need much. I like to have that little you know, whiz bang of colour on there really. There we go, just smoosh it down a bit. Oh yeah. What pizza would be complete without cheese? No pizza, that's what I'm telling you. So, you know, just whatever type of cheddar cheese you've got. I suppose you could be fancy and do mozzarella or whatever, but you know. Oh yeah. You'll probably find by the time you've put your tomatoes and your cheese and whatever else on there, the bottom of that should be nicely browned off. Give it a wee check. So, oh yep, look at that. Look at that. So that's now ready to go in the oven. Going to crank the oven up to about 230 degrees Celsius, and we're going to cook them for about 10 minutes each. Oh, look at that. That's been 10 minutes. Look at that. That is a thing of absolute beauty right there. Now I've just got the other one in the oven. I kind of like to put them in one after the other because otherwise they cook at different times if you put one on top of the other, but that's fine because this will be super duper hot. It's kind of good having one that's already cooled down a little bit before the kids attack. So, so I've just got the secondary one cooking. Go that, get that. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's beautiful. Just look at that. That is just sensational right there. It is beautiful. It is still squishy on the inside there. It's lovely and firm on the bottom. Ah, and all the ingredients are falling off because I'm trying to show it off for the camera. Ow, hot, hot. Yeah, that's just, I just love how all the ingredients kind of just sink into the dough. That is just absolutely beautiful. Pizza Hut, eat your heart out. Do it, people. Hit like, leave us a comment and subscribe. Eat pizza.